Hi, today I want to share with you my new character, Fangorah, and the stages she went through in her design. She's a young dragon and an apprentice blacksmith, whose dream is to craft the finest swords for any would-be heroes. She's essentially the culmination of my newfound interest in dragons, and I quickly fell in love with her whole concept. Though I will say I initially imagined her as an adventurer, but then some metalworking videos caught my attention, and I decided it'd be more interesting to make her a blacksmith. When working on her face, I had a pretty good idea of how I wanted her to look, but I still experimented with the shape of her head, shape of her eyes, and in so doing I found some cool new details to improve my initial vision. It also helped her stand out from my other characters. Speaking of which, I put a lot of focus into body type as well. To set Fangorah apart, I gave her broad shoulders and broadened her hips accordingly. I like how this gave her a strong but feminine look, something like a butternut squash. I also compared her side by side with another character of mine of a similar height, to make sure they looked sufficiently different. Once I was happy with that, I started iterating on her outfit. Fangorah's realm is based on ancient/medieval times, and so I aimed to show that in the aesthetics. I took inspiration from places like Egypt, Nigeria, and Greece, focusing roughly on 10th century style. For her draconic features, I took inspiration from the horned lizard, namely for the shape of her horns and her orange skin tone. For accessories, I initially thought of bangles, but swapped them out for a leather wristband instead, since I figured it'd be more comfortable while hammering. I also considered adding hair accessories and face paint, but ultimately decided against it. As the main character, she's effectively an ambassador for her kind, and so I wanted her facial features to be on full display, without visual clutter, if you will. And now to tie it all together, I made a reference sheet with full body concept art and an expression sheet. For the concept art, I tried out several different poses, eventually settling on a fairly neutral one, and I made sure to add a straight on and side profile. I'm very happy with how she turned out.